Hello students, welcome to Learning Science Q&A. During our first lecture, we saw till the seed sown in the field. That means the popular method by which a seed can be sown in field. Broadcasting, seed drill, transplantation were the popular methods. So let's continue. Looking to the benefits of transplantation. Is there any benefits that a transplanted tree or plant gives us? Yes, it ensures proper distance between the seedling. When seedlings are at proper distance, there are chances of low competition between them, hence more survival chances. It also helps it to get sufficient light and nutrient. That means whatever nutrient is available in the soil is available for all because they are already grown up a little. What are some precautions that are to be taken before sowing a seed? Always remember, clean, healthy, good quality seeds must be selected. A seed can be coated with fungicide powder to ensure there is no fungal growth before sowing of seed. A healthy seed, when put in the water, it will sink, whereas a damaged seed will be hollow and they will be lighter, so they will float over water. Suppose you have a handful of seed. If you put them in a beaker containing water, all damaged seeds being lighter will float over the water and they can be directly eliminated. Furthermore, seed have to be sown at right depth. If they are too near to the surface, there are chances that any bird or any insect will pick them up. If they are too deep, there will be a struggle for them to grow. So, right depth is very necessary. Also, right interval between the seeds is also necessary. If they are too far from each other, there will be a wastage of land. If they are too close to each other, there are chances that many of the seed will not be able to germinate just because of the competition they are getting from the near one seed. So, right depth and right interval between the seed ensures the high yield. So students, these are some questions that can be put from the topic that we have seen in our lecture 1. Explain modern method of sowing. Why is it necessary to sow seed at appropriate depth or even at appropriate interval? Why should we grow seed in moist soil? Water in the soil will help in breaking the seed coat. When a seed coat is broken down, when it is soft, seed will be able to germinate in the soil. We have already discussed that putting manure or applying manure and fertilizer in the plant helps a plant. Now let's see how they are beneficial. Manure adds nutrients which are essential to the soil. That means essential nutrients are added to the soil and hence they can be easily uptaken by the plant. Manure adds organic matter to the field. Organic matter is produced by the decomposition of plant and animal waste. So organic matter is generally rich in many of the nutrients. It's a decomposed plant or animal waste. Manure provide humus to the soil. Humus, a brown colored soil like substance, it increases the texture of the soil. It increases water holding capacity of the soil. Manure also adds friendly microbe to the soil, and these friendly microbe do the work of the plow, but at very small level. They make the soil loose, and a loose soil is taking air very easily. So by adding or by putting manure to the soil, overall texture of the soil is improved. We have talked a lot about manure. So are there any limitation also of adding manure? Think about it. Please comment. Coming to how are fertilizers different from manure? We have seen that manure are essential for plant in several ways. So what does a fertilizer doing for plant? Fertilizers are basically chemical. Always remember this one difference between fertilizer and manure. Manures are organic, fertilizers are chemical, but they are rich in specific nutrients. Now every plant needs specific nutrient for its growth. So fertilizer can provide that specific nutrient to the plant. Fertilizers are manufactured in factories. You cannot make them in your garden. And these nutrients which are available in these chemicals, they make a plant look good, developed, and good growth is achieved by a plant. That means we have some common example of fertilizer that you may have heard or even have used them. Urea, ammonium sulfate, superphosphate, potash, and NPK. Sometimes in ratio 10:10:10, 19:19:19, and 20:20:20. Different concentration of NPK are available. We have talked that fertilizer can give a good growth to the plant, but still too much use of fertilizer is never recommended. Even if one is using fertilizer, overuse or repeated use is never recommended. What are the reasons? Excessive use of fertilizer makes the soil less fertile. Soil fertility is depleted. Definitely the nutrients, the chemical which are present in the fertilizer are taken up by the plant, but soil in a long run is depleted. Fertilizer are a source of pollution because a part of fertilizer is used up by the plant while the other part is remain in the soil, water, or even in the air, that make it polluted. Also, the remaining part can be acidic or alkaline in nature, so it will just affect the normal plant growth. So is there any alternative to the use of fertilizer? Yes, we have already discussed. Using manure is the best alternative. That means the best alternative is the use of organic manure. Leaving the field uncultivated or fallow for one season is another alternative. That may not be good or sounds economical for some farmer, because India being a country of farmer, not all farmers are economically well to do. Many of our farmers are doing agriculture for their livelihood. So this may not be a good option for them for leaving field uncultivated. So they can go for the crop rotation. Crop rotation is the practice of growing different crop alternatively. In one season you are growing one kind of crop, in other season you are growing other kind of crop. How it helps a plant? The one nutrient which is used up by first plant, maybe the other nutrient which is remaining in the soil will be used up by the upcoming plant. So in this way nutrients never get wasted and soil is also remaining fertile for a long time. Coming to what is crop rotation, we have already seen how it is helping our soil, or how is it helping our plant is the next question. So crop rotation helps in the replenishment of the soil. The nutrients which have been lost from the soil can be replenished. And since the crop quality or the type of crop is alternated, it is changed between seasons, so it interrupts the pest and disease cycle. Pests are sometimes very specific to the plant, or you can say pests are sometimes very specific to the host. So when they do not get their specific host, their favorite host, you can say, their survival is affected. We cannot reduce them to zero, always remember, but yes, their number will be minimized. So crop rotation interrupts pest and disease cycle. Over a long run, it improves soil health. A healthy soil will support healthy crop. So it improves soil health by increasing biomass from different crops' root structure. Thus, the biodiversity on the farm or the field is increased. Biodiversity means variety of the living organism, right? Some example. One very popular example that has been practiced is growing legumes as a fodder for one season and growing cereal crop in next season. Now fodder being the green grass which is given to the cattle. So if you are growing fodder which is legume in one season and then the next season is for the cereal, it helps the farmer as well as the plant by adding nitrogen fixing bacteria to the soil. The soil becomes enriched with the nitrogen, and this nitrogen is present or is available for the wheat crop that will be grown in the next season. So nitrogen fixing bacteria which are present in the root nodules of the leguminous plant, in this way the root nodules look, and nitrogen fixing bacteria makes this kind of structure, and these structures are called the root nodules, and they are the home for the rhizobium. So when the fodder plant is harvested, bacteria is still remaining in the soil because root is remaining, right? And they will be counting as the fertilizer or the biofertilizer for the next crop. So students, that's all for today. Hope you like it. We'll see you with more such questions. Please follow for more. Thank you.